Yes, guys, welcome to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for the preview for Arsenal's game against Leeds in the Premier League. One side desperate to get top four, one side desperate to just stay in the Premier League this season. I've got Carl with me, Carl Levy, Leaf, and a good old Leeds fan. Static is with me as well in the chat as well. How are you doing, Carl?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me on. It's going to be interesting to talk about this. It's two sides go for different. One go for top four. One try to stay up. It's interesting week for both teams.
Yeah, definitely. Static, how you doing, my friend?
Not good, man. Not
yeah,
good.
apart from the obvious.
Apart from that, yeah. Apart from the bad news today about Arsenal, yeah, I'm good, boys. I'm good. Carl, it's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you since Rich Sports Channel. It's good to see you, man.
True. It's good to see you too, Static, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, so big up.
You always nail it with the quizzes, bro. Keep up the good work.
You know I'm always nailing it. You're always have done it. I ain't been doing it for a while.
I've always praised you a few times in the past, a few months ago. Yeah,
I know you have.
Good, man. It's very good.
Hey, has to be. You don't watch all the games. You don't know nothing. So
yeah. Big up, Munzie as well. I'll get back to you on that, Munzie. It's just depending on the health as it is. But
get better soon, Stephen.
Yeah, it's up and down, and
are you okay now? Yeah,
it's the usual. It's up and down, and it's up and down like a yo-yo. Yeah. So, and we're gonna start. We'll start with Leeds. Actually, I mean, Carl. I mean, obviously, the situation with Leeds at the minute. They were, let's say, what I think this is 17th. They are in the league at the minute.
17th, yeah,
17th in the league. Like 2 points above Everton, and like both of the forms are looking very mixed. So either one of them could pull something out of the bag. So, like, how do you assess like yourself and where you are at the minute?
It's been stressful. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been stressful. I think from the start of the season, it's not been the best thing for me to see Leeds being in where we are. And do you know what? It's been blamed by a multiple things. We had our injuries with the spine of the team, such as Bamford, Phillips, and Cooper being out for much of the season. You have Bielsa very stubborn, very stubborn to change his approach when we were playing that crappy man marking. It just killed us in most games. And also, I think the board has a lot to blame of not backing the squad. We have a small squad, and we had the chance to improve the play in January, and we didn't do that because one reason one of our board members, Angus Kinnear, the manager director, said we don't want to harm the youth development. We don't need to, but they can't. How can they be in this development to try to step for irrigation? They're not matched for that, and we needed proper chance. If you offered us Van der Beek and Winks, I would have taken both of them at the same time to help us get that, improve that midfield, and also the striker up front. We have been so struggling, and it's been and no wonder Bielsa's been sat. And whatever happens at the end of the season, there's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be a huge inquiry about that from these fans. I think, how the hell do we get from 9th or 10th last season to this? This is a question about what we need to question with collectively what was happening going on at the club.
Yeah, I think with Bielsa, I do agree with Bielsa at a certain point in the season. He was like, you were paying very expensive football, like, and very open as well. So though some games where you would score 3 or 4, you'd also concede 3 or 4 as well. But the problem is that it's all right if you've got a striker though that you can rely on to score goals. But with the strikers being out and being injuries, you were always going to struggle with that. So he should have probably changed his approach a lot sooner.
He should have done, but this is Bielsa we're talking about. He's one of those managers in the world that he doesn't care about what people say. He will stick to his origins from the minute we play.
I know a manager like that.
Thing. Yeah, I know, and that's what the goal was.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, Static obviously talks of Arsenal. Like, we're going into the last 4 games. It's basically like 4 cup finals. We've heard the news today about Arteta, and we pretty much knew that was on the cards. Yeah, I know. We all knew it was on the cards that Arteta was going to sign that deal. It probably had already been signed anyway. Just looking at a good time to confirm it. But like, how are you feeling in terms of this game and going forward in terms of top four?
Well, as for Arsenal, I'm never confident. Every week I'm never confident. But I have to give credit to the team because, after 3 consecutive losses, we've managed 3 consecutive wins. And listen, we're in we're in good form at the moment. So confidence is definitely high at the moment in the team. So, just be another game. Like I said, I don't know why everyone's already saying we've got top 4 now when the season's not even over yet, and to disrespect every other team remaining that we still got to play, it's just unreal. But look, like I said, we have a good momentum right now. So, like I said, long may it continue. So, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but look, listen, I know Leeds. Every time we play at home at Leeds, I remember from past encounters, it's always been uneasy. So.
You say uneasy, but the last game you beat us 4-1, so I'm not even going to question that one. So.
Yeah, I think Bielsa was still in charge at that point.
He was still in charge, yeah.
So I would probably think this is going to be a different type of game. I don't think this is going to be a very open game. I don't think it'd be a one-sided game. I think that we've got our injuries as well. Partey's out. Tommy doesn't look 100% fit either. So Tierney's out obviously to the rest of the season. So we've got our own injury problems to deal with. But that shouldn't be an excuse for Arsenal not to put a performance in. We should be able to get over the line in this game. But it's not going to be easy with the fact that the midfield we've got.
I agree. Yeah, I was just going to say, look, listen. With all due to respect to Leeds, look, Arsenal really should be winning this game. However, I'm not underestimating. Unlike the rest of the Arsenal fan base, I don't underestimate any opponents. So I always show great respect to all opponents. So this will definitely be a very tricky game.
Of course it'd be, because Leeds are fighting for their life, so they'll be fighting for every They'll be fighting for every ball, every second ball. That goes up there. There's always a danger of playing these sort of teams in these sort of positions at the very end of the season. You'll want to be playing teams that 10th or 12th, where they've got the season's pretty much over. They're just playing out the rest of the season. So I mean, Carl, with you, if you looked at Arsenal and our current team we're putting out, where would you think that Leeds could do the most damage, do you think?
That's a good question, actually. It's something I think it's going to be probably more in the midfield, and I would say, I think it's probably in the midfield, but I do that at the moment because we now lost Stuart Dallas, who's Mr. Versatile, who can play anywhere in the whole team. He's out with broken femur, and so it is going to be really difficult. I think it depends what's that for the midfielders that we're going to play. That's the critical question, because we know that Dan James has been good enough this season. I'm not going to lie, Jay has been good enough since we bought from Man United. I think it was a bit overvalued as well with how much we paid for him. I think with Phillips back as well, and we have to be from the go of Rafinha and Harrison on the wings to try to help. Paul, who's going to play it from probably Joe Gale, will probably play it from Iro Rodrigo. We just need to be start for the word go and try to push, to make the midfield a bit more, on the edge, because we know how physical Arsenal can be sometimes, especially can be hot-headed now and again. But it's a really critical one inside midfield, and also our defense as well needs to be very tight as well. Hopefully, getting Liam Cooper back this week, which is good, because we thought it was worse when he was injured in the warm-up last weekend against Man City. So we hopefully get Cooper back to get that leadership back of our defense properly, because that has been the issue we have been, during much of this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask you. Obviously, we just mentioned about Arteta's new contract, and obviously that's the main story that's dominated today. I'll ask from an outsider's point of view. What did you make of? What do you make of the fact that Arteta's got a new deal, despite the fact that he's finished 8th twice, he's been knocked out of Europe, and he's not even secured top 4 yet?
It's laughable because you give him a contract before the end of the season. It's laughable because why are you giving a contract when the top 4 is not being cemented yet? You have still got a chance to finish top 4. And maybe Chelsea might drop out what their situation behind the scenes as well. Right, yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. And you give it a new contract. I think they have done this before, the owners, because they did this before with in the NFL with one of the coaches one of the general managers in the past, the coaches with, I think it was Jeff Fisher. They gave him a new contract. Even the team was so badly, and I remember they would move to LA and all that stuff happened. And this is the same. It's roughly the similar scenario. You're giving a contract when you're not even cemented top 4 yet. It is laughable, to go into it. It should have been done at the end of the season where Arsenal are finishing.
Facts. Sorry, can I just say, Solo? It's good to see, bro. You spelled my name wrong. There's a C, not an E. It's just static.
That's
yeah, I see it.
Solo's anime. Trust the process. You asked.
Trust the process.
But look, you won't ask the fans. Look, I'm not expecting instant success, but I'm expecting real progression. And 8th twice with the Premier League records pretty much similar to last season. You might be a bit more pleasing on the eye compared to last season, but it's not. For 250 million, is it really? It's really real progression. Really, the fact that we're taking advantage of the fact that Man United have fallen from grace, Tottenham have fallen from where they were, West Ham are focused on the Europa League.
Well, they're out of it now, so they got in too late with that one. So
they're now out of everything completely. Then
and in response to Solo's comment, I want to ask him that. Don't you want instant success? You haven't won a league title in 10 years, mate. You haven't won a league title in 10 years, Solo. Come on.
Yeah, and that's I was just about to say it. How can I want instant? How can I want instant success if I've waited 17 years for Arsenal to win a league?
Oh gosh,
I've waited 17 years. How is it instant success?
Yeah, it's for you, it's 10 years.
Maybe I'm fed up of waiting. So.
But I respect his opinion, of course.
He's put an A. He's put an A in front of the S. It's a typo.
Solo, you're typing too quickly. That's the problem. Too much coffee, bro. I'm joking.
Yeah, Solo, you've got Ten Hag, man. You've got Ten Hag. We've got fucking Coneboy. Fuck's sake. We've got Arteta's, but we've got Pep's bitch. For fuck's sake. That's all he is. That's all he's done his whole career.
It's fair. That is fair.
But one game, he took over to help get Pep because of his, unfortunately, but God rest his mother, by the way. Right? But the one game he had to help, he said, "Oi, you, get in. Manage this game. I've got to go and see if my mum." Right? The one game he had to do that, he fucking lost it.
Yeah, I remember that.
The opposition could have been easier.
He was managing Man City. They lost 2-1 at home to Lyon. That was embarrassing.
Yes, that was true. Yeah.
Man City, Lyon. Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah.
And people telling me he's going to challenge in the Champions League. He could even challenge against Lyon with Man City, for fuck's sake. All he had to do was play the same system. It's not. Yeah, but then he tried that against Villarreal. It didn't really work.
Well,
I'm sorry, but look,
hey,
Ronnie, I can't believe I just said that. Fuck.
Sorry, Steve, I'm going to ask Carl a few questions.
Go for it, because I'm going to shut up for a bit before I
That's
start.
fine, man.
Before I get myself cancelled or get trolled.
So, Carl, so the player last week that got injured was that Stuart Dallas that broke his leg, and he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's huge. And
I've seen photos. Listen, get well soon, man, to him. He's a good player. I hope he gets better soon.
By the way, Solo, it's a stepping stone. If we reach top 4, it's a stepping stone. It's not successful. It's stepping stones.
I was going to say as well. Another 2 questions is: is Bamford back, or is he?
He's still in training at the moment, but he's gonna go get some games for the end of the season. But he's still in training. I don't think he'll play or be in the squad on Sunday, but he's close to full fitness. We're not going to take no risk like we did a few weeks ago. When the injury reappeared against Wolves, we don't want that, so we are taking time with him to make sure we get everything right. To quite honest, but I think he will appear probably the next game against Chelsea is probably the best case scenario.
Yeah. My next question was, what's your playing style at the moment? Because obviously I'll be honest, I haven't watched Leeds much since Bielsa left. So.
It's still similar to Bielsa, but no more of the man marking. That's the difference. There's a little bit. So when we play a bit more zone marking and set pieces now, which is a little bit better. Yes, we did concede 1 or 2 goals against our City, but before that, I think we were a bit better in that start with the zone marking. We're not man marking. We're a bit more narrow. So I think it's helped us a lot to get players like Rafinha and Harrison helping with the defense, and also being prepared as well to press. So we're not doing that much man marking that we did under Bielsa. It's still a similar style under what we have under March, but we have changed a bit with the man marking.
Is it still very open, or are you a bit more?
No, we're not being open as much.
Oh,
I think we have.
Because that was the main thing with Bielsa. You were very open to conceding.
I think.
I think before the Man City game, we did concede a lot, and that was the thing. I think our goals conceded XG was a little bit lower under Marsh, which was quite good because under Bielsa it was so high. I think it was 2 point something, as I remember. But we did kind of get under Marsh.
It's like I said earlier in a previous stream, is when you've conceded we've conceded over 40 goals, which is worse than last season, and people say we fix our defense. Right? I've sat there and said, for doing that every season, it's not going to win you any titles. It's not going to win you anything. In the end, it's not going to win you anything, because in those in the 1 games where you don't score, those are the games that are going to punish you. Right? And that's nearly a goal. That's over a goal a game. That's not good enough. Like you see, Man City and Liverpool, they hardly concede any. Right? So, let's go on, Static.
Cole, have Leeds conceded more than compared to last season?
Yes, we are now the most. We've conceded nearly 70 goals, more than Norwich has, and the modern Norwich and the bottom 3 teams have.
They've conceded 72 goals.
Yeah, 72 now. So it's been so bad. Yeah, that's how
Norwich is 71
on the Bielsa. Yeah, that's how horrific on the Bielsa was, because we did, like I said, the last game before we got sacked, we lost 4-0 to Spurs at home. So that's how bad it has been. And this is the problem. And this is what we will tell Bielsa. And I think some of the fans, Leeds fans, I'm not disrespecting, but they were a bit blind to it. There were some of the tradition who were stuck with Bielsa blind to it. And there were a few of the others were saying that this needs to change, and we were just, like I said, there was just so much issues because not having Lee and Cooper, and no one did step up in that defense. No one did step up, and that was a disappointment, So that's why we're not saying under Cooper we're conceding less than without him we could be conceding more. So it's been actually bad with our goal record, because last season I think we didn't have any draws. I think we didn't draw as much last season, and compared to now we've lost a lot more. So I just at the moment the joke is we've conceded a lot more than Norwich has done, and that surprised me. We've not been in the bottom 3 yet.
I've got one more question, then I'll let you talk, Stephen.
Thank you. There you go. It's the Ecstatic show. It's the Ecstatic TV here.
I'm taking over. Yes.
You know what I mean? Welcome to Ecstatic TV. You know what I mean?
It's just stat over. Okay. What are your thoughts on Jesse March? His comments about when he said Bielsa's been overworking the players. Like, were you happy he came out and said that to the?
You know what?
To the press?
Yeah, I agree.
I
And
don't know. Do the fans think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
No, there was a mixture. There was some mixture of fans who were not happy with it, and there was some fans who were happy with it because they were overworked. Bielsa's murder ball with training was very, very, very. You have to be perfection. I'll tell you what it was. So the first game we played against Man United, we didn't play Calvin Phillips, and there was a reason why he was not injured, but Bielsa found that he was 2 pounds over what Phillips was required to do after when he came after the Euros. Phillips was 2 pounds over. So he's very, very perfectionist, Bielsa. And I think the issue was those players didn't even get a day off. And they were really struggling. That's why the injuries, it was our soft tissue injuries has been our common theme this season with us. It's been soft tissue injuries. And then for that, and I think March, didn't need to say it publicly, but we kind of knew what was going on. So I will say, maybe they did do the right thing, because it was just, we can see the extent of when I saw the clips of the players when Jesse Match took the first 3 training, the players were a lot more happier. They don't have to worry about doing the late training, because that was what Bielsa did do a lot, was so much late training and so forth. It was just, and I think that made about it worked well for us the first 2-3 years, but I think that this 4th season under him, it was gone. Everything was gone completely, because we needed a bigger squad for this 2nd season. We needed that, and we didn't get that. The players were suffering. You play much of the same level every week, and it was just it was horrific. So I think the training has changed a little bit. It's still similar, but no that murder ball. But at least players are getting the time off now to recover, and can have a little bit of a cheat meal as well, because they couldn't do that on the Bielsa. I think he kind of banned pizzas for what I remember, for what I heard
about that.
So, yeah, the players really felt that completely.
Instead of Ranieri, like, a bad pizza every time we get a clean sheet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you know what? No matter if he got clean sheet or not, he still banned it. So it was
maybe Arteta can help us concede less goals by offering him a paella. What? You know what I mean? Maybe it will help. I don't know. We've got Sait, but he might need to. There you go. You can squeeze him in. Like, there you go. Sorry about the
No worries.
Right.
What if you got the measuring tape next to him?
This is the next stage, trying to design it for more than 3 people.
I told you, it's the new toy syndrome. We are at the lower end now.
Yeah, I saw you.
Steven is at the top with Carl.
In response to that,
yeah. Say, like, obviously, what's your thoughts going into this game? With Arsenal, obviously, and Leeds trying to stay up as well. What's your thoughts going into this?
I'm actually more nervous for this game than the North London derby, and it's because
really?
yeah, and I'll tell you why.
To my world, bro.
and it's because of, we all know that Leeds love to press the opposition, and they're very good at pressing teams. And I think that they played very well with the new manager. I think they've been a bit unlucky with some of the results, but you can clearly see that there's a game plan. And lots of our players who are press resistant or very good on the ball or good passes are injured. So having that in mind, and the way Leeds wants to play, and Leeds fighting to stay in the Premier League after coming up for so many years, I fear them. They have a lot to play for, and we've seen before in the Premier League that teams that are fighting for relegation can cause a lot of trouble.
But by the way, if anyone does speak up, I'll swap them up and down. That would be easier. Yeah, obviously it's going to be a tough game going into it. It's like we said before, these teams are very dangerous when it gets to this stage of the season, especially when you've got certain things over. Like, for us, it's kind of more pivotal than the North London derby, because and it's more dependent on what of the Spurs. I'm never usually worried about what Spurs are doing, because I'm not worried about where they are in the league. I'm more worried about what we're doing, right? But it's obviously so dependent on what Tottenham are doing this season, because that's our main rivals for top 4, and they're playing Liverpool in this fixture, in this matchday fixture. So if they lose in Liverpool, we have to win against Leeds if we want to go into the North London derby with a significant advantage. we could go into that an awful lot, but you say take a draw, right? And if they got to go in there, they have to win. They can't if they want to keep any hopes alive of getting top 4, and even then they still might not even get it. They have to win that game. If they get a draw or anything like that, they're screwed. Especially if we've got Newcastle, who are pretty much safe, and Everton, who will be fighting on their lives on the last day. So if we can beat past Newcastle away, we've got 5. We will confirm top 4 with 5 points advantage. So it's kind of pivotal, this game, going into it.
It's pivotal as well, but you also need to realize as well too. There's one other thing is what Chelsea does, because I didn't think you were going to get close. I didn't think you lot were going to get closer to Chelsea until last week. I thought, wow, that gap has closed a little bit because Chelsea's been on the downhill, and you see what this was supposed to be their title winning season. They thought, oh, they had a Lukaku, and then look what happened. And you can see that Arsenal could finish above Chelsea, which is thought that's right, because I never had them in predictions to finish above. No one didn't, So it's going to be interesting what you Spurs, you're not thinking about Spurs, and not even think what Chelsea does, because what Chelsea's going to come to us when we play them next week in the midweek game. That's the question of, is Chelsea good enough for top 4, especially what's been going on behind the scenes? So for that matter, is Arsenal could afford to take either a point or win, but like I said, I know you lot need to win as well, so you can keep Spurs under pressure. But you might realize, thinking, well, Chelsea's slipping at the moment. Maybe we don't need to get as much points as we need because Chelsea's slipping at the moment. But it depends. It really does.
I think, to be honest, I think Chelsea are a little bit beyond like the top 4 battle. I think they're just a bit too far at this stage now. So we literally got three games left for Arsenal. So like there's not many
4
games left at all. 4 including this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky either way. So I'm gonna start with everyone's lineup. I'm gonna go with how they will want to see their lineup. So say I'll start with you. What's your lineup gonna be?
I'll play Ramsdale in goal. I play Tomiyasu right back.
Despite being that fatigued,
he's fine. It was just I listened to the press conference. He's fine. It was just.
I'm glad you can listen to it.
Someone had to. I'm doing it for the channel.
Look at
I'm not getting paid.
Mate, look at the fucking microphone he's got here. It looks like he's connected to the fucking aliens. Like honestly, look. That's not why I ordered on Amazon.
I'll just wire me the money and I'll order the right one then. Yeah, I do think so. Static, have you received your Gucci bag? I'm still waiting for mine.
I'm still waiting.
Poor Steven.
Mate, I'm broke. Shut up.
You got enough money to donate to Ligonna, so you must be rich then.
I ain't that rich.
Other channels are valuable.
Ben White.
Right, so we've had Stevens an absolute rich. He's just hiding here. We've had Arteta's only Pep's bitch. What else have we had in this stream? But we're gonna get his investigated.
I hope your stream is 18 plus.
Well, I could actually, to be honest, they could actually. Actually, what I will do is there is one thing I've got to do actually that I need to let everyone know. So, let me just share this quickly.
Yeah, that's right.
It's otherwise I will forget, and I've got to share this.
Yeah, as you
as
forget
well.
to pay me this week again.
Fuck off. It's such a time. Right, as you can see, obviously we, as I said, we on the previous streams we made £112 from the charity stream, as well as all the money that was raised on the during the actual stream itself. So
Well done, Stephen.
that's 80% of that, which 20% just keeps the channel going by and operating. So that's £90. So that's £90 there, which has been donated. So we're now at £2,102.
Oh,
So
that's
we've got 900 to go. So let's go. Let's do it. So
Good
there we
stuff.
go.
Big
So
up
good
to
stuff.
everyone that's donated or tuned in or shared or liked or viewed or been on the show. Big up all of you.
Yep, so absolutely,
Well done,
mate.
King
So
Sait. I
can't do it without these guys.
totally agree.
Mhm.
But yeah, say you were saying with your lineup, this.
Oh yeah. Where was I? Yeah, Tommy
It was-
Yassen, Ben White,
Oh,
Gabriel.
I miss Ben White so much for how much he was so perfect for our team when we had him in that time with the season. Actually, and I think
What,
he's on
Ben
one of my
White?
closest- Yeah, because he was on loan before.
Do you
Before
fucking want him?
Yeah, it was good for Leeds.
he was really good for Leeds, man.
Yeah.
Everyone
good.
wanted to keep him.
Good.
Yeah.
You want him? Good.
do you want
Yeah,
it?
Good.
I'm
Good.
thinking.
Hey, go with
Okay.
there. Go have a deal
There
now.
you go.
These two, they don't rate him at all. I think they're too harsh on him, personally.
Harsh.
Mate, if I
What
went to
I
Brighton,
agree? What I
I
agree?
would've-
He's not.
no, I would rather-
Let's
I think
ask
the
everyone
problem
in the live
is-
chat, shall we?
Because Ben
sorry,
White cost
no.
50
Does everyone
million.
rate Ben right?
Mate, no.
Ben
I'd
White.
rather have gone to Brighton and spent. If they couldn't care if it was 5 million. I would rather have gone to Brighton and spent 50 million on a stick of rock rather than buy this fucking like joke of a defender. All he sits in there or does is ball watch. Ball watch. Ball every time. Ball watch. Right? Not actually
Yeah.
marking your man. So
His job is defend, not to pass the
and he
ball
won't
like
learn
he's
because he doesn't watch
Maldini.
football. Because he doesn't watch football and watch his own games, he won't learn. So
See, when I
of
found out
course.
about that, when he said that, I thought, how the hell did he get through Leeds then the whole season? And he was one of
Yeah.
our best players. That's why I don't get because Bielsa must have done something. So
Yeah,
He must have
Bielsa
sat
magic.
in there. He must have sat in there on
He
naughty
watches
stats.
his
No,
own
he was-
games. He doesn't watch football outside of Arsenal.
So he doesn't watch any top like midfield like defenders and how they do it, and
No.
realize
No.
you probably because you probably get depressed and realize how crap he is. That's probably why.
Anyways, I'm gonna continue.
yeah,
Otherwise, we're gonna be here forever. So
Bring it on.
Nuno as left back. I will play Elneny and Xhaka in the double pivot. I play Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, and I play Nketiah up top. I would say Smith Rowe for the derby. I think he's always good in derbies, whether it's Chelsea or Spurs or whoever we play. He's always good at the derby, so I will rest him for that game. But yeah, that would be my starting 11.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to Carl with Leeds. What's your lineup gonna be?
So I think we are going to play Mesley and go as usual. I think right back we have Aileen. Cooper will be back. I think ERB will be with Lorente. That's been the partnership at the moment. And I think on the left, Junior Firpo. I don't think because have any other left back because we would have been put Dallas there, but he's now injured for the next 6 months. We won't see him until the new season. Midfield, I think on the right, Rafinha. We have Click and along with Phillips. And probably with Koch as well, and then on the right, Koch as well, and then on the left, I think it might be Dan James. I can't see Rodrigo getting in there. I think Dan James will play on the left, and then up front, it will be Geldad up front. I think Rodrigo. I think that chance against Man City, he should have actually passed the ball to Rafinha when City had a slip-up chance. But I think Joe deserved to start in this game.
Big up Miss Milt in the chat as well. Big up everyone else that's in the chat as well. Really do appreciate all you in. And Static, your lineup.
Okay, my lineup: Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Rob Holding, Gabriel, Cedric at left back instead of Tavage. Just thinking Nene and Xhaka, I guess. As well as Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, and Pepe.
Okay. I'm
I'm throwing in a curveball.
I'm going to throw in a curveball. Mine will be Ramsdale in goal. Tommy only if he's 100% fit, right? Which apparently he is. So okay. Rob Holding, because I think he's actually been really good.
He played very well last week.
He's played very well last week. So I'll give him another game.
And they too.
I would play on. I'll play Gabriel and then Tavares, El Neni, and I would play Smith Rowe next to him.
Okay.
I would play Saka on the right, Odegaard in the middle, Pepe on the left, Martinelli at the front.
Yeah, I forgot about Martinelli.
Because then you've got Smith Rowe as who can transition as a box to box, right? Who can do a job as box to box, right? And actually do it with pace, so he can got quick transition in the midfield. Because the problem when we lost to Brighton and Southampton, we kept losing the ball in midfield because we were too slow, and they swamped the midfield. So if you've got someone that's fast paced, you can quickly bring the ball back. Odegaard doesn't need to drop so deep, right, to pick up the ball, and then he can do what he needs to do, bringing it, spreading it left, right, or through the centre. So that's my lineup. I've always wanted to see what you could do if you put a Smith Rowe doing a job at number 8, but I won't.
It'd be interesting because I never seen a lot playing number 8 a lot because he's more up front. So yeah,
sorry, Carl.
Wait,
I think Odegaard play more number 8s compared to Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe's more left wing that he's been playing as.
Tried him in number 8
left wing / cam
times, but he always thinks to play out. But maybe someday he'll come good.
I
would rest him because he's so injury prone. I'd rather play him against Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's injury prone? Key Sait?
Smith Rowe.
Yeah, true.
And he's always good in the derby, you know.
The way Arteta has treated Pepe is disgusting. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's out the door. Absolutely.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone at the end of the season.
It'd be interesting to see.
So
it'd be interesting to see after what he goes with. But he'd probably do that same lineup he did. I just hope he doesn't do that same lineup he did last week. What bullshit was that last week? Put an Odegaard on the right centre of midfield. It's like you might as well just play with 10 men. He disappears. He does. He's like Houdini. He disappears. Like, so what was the point? Like, you had the squad there to play a 4-2-3-1. You've just decided to shape it into a 4-4-3, which don't fit. It just makes no sense. So, like, it's like sometimes he's trying to play FIFA and he's thought, oh, let me try this, let me try that, let me try this. You know what I mean? Fuck's sake. Honestly. Honestly, probably where Arteta tries to learn his coaching badges on Football Manager. Like, I couldn't play him on Football Manager. He got up an extra rating. Best coach in the world. Like,
is a funny lad.
Next minute you'll see on his Twitter, like, here's my daily improvements on my players on FIFA. Look, best coach in the world. Yeah.
As you can tell, Carl, Steven is Arteta's biggest fan.
I know. I know.
Did you know that they were secret lovers? They write letters.
No. Mate, the guy sent us one. Thanks to Mel, he sent us one letter, right?
So it's not getting paid out.
There's one letter saying good luck with all the health issues and that.
You're getting red now.
No. It's just off. Like, it's when he said, "Well, but instead he said, what's funny was what happens is that he said, like, don't worry, we are all behind you." And I'm like, yeah, if only the feeling was fucking mutual, mate. Yeah. Love the letter, but thank you. It's not mutual. Get out of the club.
By the way,
I remember when Wenger sent us a letter. I was the same thing with him. Get out. Like, no, I don't want you.
Leicester till I die. How did it go yesterday for you guys?
Yeah.
Where are they in the
Continues.
league, by the
He
way?
could even win
Chris. What were you saying about Roma, Chris?
that.
You underestimate your opponents again, bro.
Well, I haven't seen them in the top half for some time now, Leicester.
Yeah. I
How's
did
it
warn
going?
Chris to not underestimate
No,
Roma.
no. Sait.
You didn't listen.
What you do is you do this. You just go, I can't see him, mate. You're far down the table. I can't see him. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're falling off the bottom half.
Do you reckon they will?
That's
Do you reckon they will sack Brendan Rodgers if we finish outside the top 10?
I don't think they will do. I don't think Leicester's got a suitable replacement. That's the problem. So I don't think they will sack him.
I could see them sack Brendan and go for Graham Potter.
Do you know? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, well, that's depending if he wants to leave Brighton. But the other thing was,
mate.
We know we're shit, Chris. What are you talking about?
Chris, what European competition are you playing in next season? Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Remember, we haven't qualified yet.
They got you back with that one. So I can't.
Ding.
Kind of. Yeah.
What was Arsenal's excuse? We're finished top 4 because we have no Europe now.
Well, let's see if you can finish top 4 next season without Europe. Let's see that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
No, but I could the one manager that could replace Brendan Rodgers if he does get the sack is the manager who won at Toledo last season. I think he's now at Leeds. Yeah, exactly. I think he's more Gatti is more that perfect replacement. If
I would have taken Galtier to replace Arteta right now. Good player, good manager.
Mate, you would take fucking Sean Dyche to replace Arteta. Jesus
Hell yeah.
Christ.
Anyone but Arteta. Hell yeah, anyone but Arteta. Thank you very much.
You probably take myself.
Arteta is amazing. Honestly.
Anyone but Arteta. I'd take you three over Arteta right now.
Right, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, King Sait, I include you as well. I'd get you to replace Arteta too, King Sait.
How since Arsenal?
Of course. But you probably sack me when I start playing Ben
Mate,
White.
did you seriously? Did he literally have to look that up?
He did. He did literally have to look that up.
He had to look it up.
I swear, Chris, you're obsessed with Arsenal more than you're obsessed with your own club.
Yeah,
it's just because you had to spend all season doing this.
Yeah. I thought. Can I say, if Chris, if you're there, I thought you hated Man United more than Arsenal. What's going on?
Yeah. That is true, actually. I remember he said something about
do you know what happened?
I've seen Chris hate Man United more than Arsenal all season.
He has the link saved. See, there you go. He has the link saved. There you go. Red free. But this is what I'm saying. They won the FA Cup and finished 5th last season. And what's happened is they've got a nosebleed. They became so successful, they got a nosebleed and started coming down.
Yeah. I can tell.
Trust me, it happens.
Leicester
you want to see Spurs? Trouble. It happens to Spurs every time. And every time they get to top 4, the Spurs fall. You remember the first 3 games of the season? They were saying we were top of the league, Arsenal at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right, within the next 3 games, we were above them.
Yeah, and it was funny. But I'm a bit worried for Leicester because a lot of the players seems to want to leave, like Tielemans, Madison. You know, what's going to happen? I feel like they need to build a new team.
Chris,
I think they will too, because especially because Vardy's not getting any younger, and especially they do need to go to, you know, that's a worry as well. Like I said, Tielemans in his last year of his contract. I've reached think, how did Leicester let that happen now? You know, I can't see him going to Liverpool. He's not, and I spoke with Douglas myself. He's not. I can't see him being at Liverpool. He's not.
No, I think his heart's set on Spain.
Yeah. I've heard that. I heard the rumors with Spain, with being linked to Spain, and it wouldn't be surprised if he goes over.
Chris, you just heard me earlier that if you tuned in
earlier, boys, Chris.
If you tuned in earlier, you just heard me call him like Pep's bitch. Like seriously, like how the fuck?
Steven, you're so harsh.
Well, no, it's not harsh if it's true. Sometimes the truth hurts.
What if it's the opposite?
Well, he's got to prove it next season, and not actually cop. So you know what's going to happen? Man City are going to play the night before, right? He's going to see how Pep's played and how he won his game, and he's going to go, "Oh look, I saw what Pep did last night. Let's do it." Look, because this is exactly what he did against Villarreal. I saw Pep do it, so that's the way to do it. Even though he's now bottled 2 Champions League a Champions League final and a Champions League semi-final with Man City. Like, come on.
Yeah,
True.
I think if Club wins the quadruple, he's overtaking Pep.
He is. I have to agree with that one.
If Klopp, hang on,
I agree.
The big question is, if he wins the quadruple, has he overtaken Ferguson?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. He's overtaken Ferguson.
That's a big,
yeah,
because he's done more than Ferguson.
Because Pep has won the quadruple at Barcelona. I think he's won during that whole year that 2009.
Won
I think he won 6 trophies, 6, 7 trophies. So yeah, I think
6 trophies.
He will overtake Fergie. He will overtake Fergie with that one.
Yeah, he's got to. But yeah, finally, score.
They win the quadruple. Sorry, guys. Then that has to be the greatest Premier League team ever.
Yeah.
It
has to be.
No.
The fact is, it's not even that. The squad depth is not even comparable to Man City's as well.
No,
it's the thing. Like Man City have got such squad depth, yet they can't seem to manage it. Yet Liverpool can. So there you go. Like
Stephen.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a combined team or no?
I don't know. I don't know whether it's. I think it'd be very Arsenal dominated.
Yeah, I think maybe Rafinha and Calvin Phillips would be the only one.
That's the only 2 players I could say with that one. I would have said it to put Meslier in there because he's a decent as well. But Ramsey's done well this season, so it's kind of hard because Meslier has had to be so busy in goal. I think he's had the most saves then along with David De Gea. So
but Meslier looks so small in goal.
I know he's small. Everyone, that's true. But he looks you think he's small, but he's so big when he does make those. When he does play well, depending how he plays or how Leeds play.
Yeah, he's one of them. He either looks world class or he looks like a non-professional goalkeeper.
I think at some point, a big club will take it, but I don't think it'll be right time for now. I think that's the thing as well. I think he's now in the French squad as he is now. He's got into just because he's been trying to get in the French squad. But he's got other good class goalkeepers who are in front of him, like Lafront, as up front, up above him. So that's another issue. He needs to push himself to get it so he can, become French number 1 if Lloris leaves. So it's going to be a hard battle with that over the next decade for the French team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, gonna say 1 minute. Question to the panel. Pepper spent 950. We'll say $1 billion, shall we?
Yeah, billion.
Do you think he failed? Yeah, at the moment he's failing. Because he's not winning the Champions League. That's their main target. To
answer that question by Craig, yes, 100%.
Yeah. So
because let's not forget, City were winning the Premier League and the FA Cup before Pep came. Yeah, they're a better team now, but also you expect that with 950 million for your team to become better. You should have won 2 Champions League by now, at least.
2, 2 should have won 2 by now. And that was it, and then that's something that's great. And I think since he left Barcelona, he's not won a Champions League, and that's sad because he should have won probably at least 5 or 6 by 5 or 6 by now. To be quite honest,
Yeah. We're gonna move on to score predictions before we wrap up.
This will be
fun. I'll start with Sait. So Sait,
good. I'll go last. That's fine.
As I said,
if you want to go last, we'll go last. Then
I'll be happy to go last.
I think it's going to be a tough game. I rate Leeds as a team. I would take Rafinha and Calvin Phillips every day in our team.
I agree.
But I still think I think 2-1. I think because of all the
to
positivity.
Leeds?
No, to Arsenal.
Okay.
I think it'll be a tough 2-1 to Arsenal. I think. Okay. The squad, they love Arteta. He signed a new deal. We just won 3 in a row.
King Sait is Arteta in, I swear to God.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. The thing is this, we don't like him, and we want a better manager. But you can see that what he's done is that he's obviously bought young players, and he's playing them, so they love him.
I know.
probably most of them wouldn't play for a big team like Arsenal if it wasn't for Arteta. So they obviously they like that, and they know that if another manager comes in like a Conte, they might become bench players or sold.
But just to clarify, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka, they did come from Emery.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, Emery
yeah.
didn't play most of them in the Premier League. He played them in the Europa League, if you remember that as well. Most of them.
Well, I mean, he initially bought them in, like bought them.
Yeah, and I don't take that away from him. Obviously, I don't.
It's just some people do.
I think he played them a few times in the league, but not as much as obviously League Cup and.
Yeah,
not as much as Arteta's had to do.
Well, especially with Arteta,
because last season he wasn't. They weren't supposed to last season, but because of our the main team failing all the time, they had to be drafted in to sort of bail us out.
Yeah, and the thing is, Steve, it was especially with Arteta seeing what Smith Rowe, how he did at Huddersfield on loan, because I am from Huddersfield myself originally. He saw how much he does impact the games, and that's where he thought, Smith Rowe deserved a chance because there was, because he had that talent there, because we didn't see glimpses of talent when he was on Huddersfield on loan for that season before all that when they had COVID that season, when COVID stopped it. Smith Rowe did kind of turn up in games at Huddersfield with a bit of an impact as well. But now seeing how he's done under Arteta, I think he is in the right place at the moment. But like I said, with Emery, he only played in one or two league games and a few cup competitions. But Arteta is probably been more than them, elevated them more than Emery has.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And I do feel that's because of kind of how the first team was failing last year. So
yeah, but at least he
had to do.
At least he did it, and he kept doing it.
Score predictions.
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Sait says, Carl, what you're gonna go for?
It's a tough one. I have two heart. I have one in my heart. We could try to snatch a late win, say 2-1, but I might have to go for a draw. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I think that's the only way we could try to get another point, so we could put pressure on Everton and also Burnley as well, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'll go 1-1.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Bad news, Ricky. Bad news.
Ricky, I don't know why I don't know exactly how Pep's bitch getting a new contract is good news.
Yeah, Arteta's calling him now. It's like, don't call me bitch, don't call me bitch.
yeah, fuck off.
Someone's baby.
Nah, it's probably that same usual troll that keeps fucking calling. Dickhead. He's just some dickhead, like, honestly. Right, and he said, like, he's not gonna stop me doing what I'm doing on Twitter, so fuck off. Or YouTube, sorry. So anyway, then yeah, what am I gonna go for? Since he said 2-1, I'll go 3-1. I'll go no, do you know what? I'd say 1-0.
1-0.
Interesting.
I don't think it's gonna be easy at all. Static, what you going for?
3-2 Arsenal.
Oh wow, Jesus. Okay.
I used to go to the past, which is true. I gave him a say why he said that, but yeah.
I just got this feeling it's gonna be like one of those deadbeat games, and it's gonna take ages to score a goal, something like that. That's how it feels for me. But yeah,
I just think Leeds are just going to come out fighting. That's why I think they're going to try and score a couple of goals. So,
yeah.
Wasn't be nice to Cole as well. 2 goals.
Hey, listen. Anyone can be nice or mad at me because, like I said, I'm a Leeds fan. That's what we call. That's what people call dirty Leeds for a reason. So, to be
I'm asking you a question regarding.
Yeah,
true.
Do you think they should have sacked Bielsa earlier?
Well, it's a difficult question, right? Because I spoke to this from Madal, because Madal is from Canada. He watches some of these games, but he gets nervous, and it was kind of a tough one. There was a majority of the fans, majority of the fans who are pro Bielsa wanted him to see out his contract to the end of the season, and no matter where we were going to be, if we were going to be in the Premier League or we relegated. But because this is the divide, since that sacking, he could have sat earlier, but the club couldn't do it. They were too scared to do it because they knew the backlash it was going to come. So, especially what happened, I think since he got sacked, the fans have been divided. I have noticed that on Twitter the last couple of weeks. It's been a divide because before that, Bielsa united all these fans together. But at the moment, it's been a divisive. It's been divisive between some Bielsa and some who are more for the club. Why we had that motto side before self every time, and that's why we had to put the side. That's why the club had to put the side first before Bielsa put himself, because Bielsa was not doing any of that. So it is it's a hard one. I thought he had to start, but how soon was going to be the number of games we had left. So it's a hard one because we do love him, what he's brought to the club, what he's brought to the club and the city. But this season, we just didn't know. We didn't know when it was going to end. Where was the ending part of it?
Here we go. Yeah. On another note, I'm just gonna say this is the problem we like with some fans. They just buy everything that this club says that comes out of this club's mouth. Even they've lied to them about so many times about so many things. They still buy into it. And
well, you don't trust Dan Kroenke.
Ricky, mate. I bet ya.
Who's we, Ricky? By the way,
but we.
It's only you.
Me.
No,
like,
it's
mate,
Static and Steven.
Mate, we ain't backing him. We ain't backing him, mate. So I don't know where there's a we in it. And two, your next chapter next season, I can guarantee you, it will see Arteta out the door. It will see Arteta out the door because he will not be able to cope with the Champions League and the Premier League all in the same bloody week. Because he's already bitched about it this season, and he won't get the players in he will need to. Trust me, mate. He's going to get his ass handed to him. He's going to get his ass handed to him next season. Trust me.
My honest opinion is that I think next season they won't sack him. I think they sack him the season after. I think next season,
oh boy,
because of they brought him back to Champions League. If they get Champions League, by the way, this is only if they get Champions League. I think. If Arsenal gets Champions League next season, I think he's safe because they're going to make so much money from revenue, from sponsorship, and all of that they care about. And even if he doesn't do amazing in the league, but as long as he's around the European places, he's probably going to be safe. It's probably the year after that they would sack him if he continues to fail and do bad. Because one thing that I've seen with these owners, they really love this manager. They are really into this project, and they're really trying to adopt the American models that they have over there in their teams.
When they're going to work out, the American models don't fucking work.
And that's the problem. Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, we obviously know what works.
Yeah, but the problem is our fan. The problem is this what happens? Our fan base buy into it, right? They buy into it. They buy into that.
Stephen? I'm not.
When they know it's not going to work.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I remember when I was young, and I was naive, and I used to love everything.
I thought you were still naive.
I'm kidding. And say like anything they said, I used to get behind it because you were like, "Oh, I love this is my club. I love them. I back them. But obviously, for me, I struggle more with mature people, adults who can't even question. You can't even question the club. It's like if you say anything that's wrong with the club or you say anything that's wrong with the manager,
older fans, I agree with that.
Then something is wrong with you. And it's like, but you've seen better days. You've seen a successful Arsenal. How come you can't see the issues that's going on around the club?
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's true. And I think it's like Leeds are now going through the similar American model. Now we have the San Francisco 49ers, which is Kroenke's rivals, the LA Rams in the same division. You kind of thinking, but the LA Rams are doing it. So the 49ers Enterprise are doing it differently because what we had is we have a problem more with Rosani, who has probably had a lot of controversy to start the club when he came in. He tried to change a club badge. That was a bad thing. He didn't even consult the fan knows about it.
I heard about
that. And then all of a sudden, because he didn't put more money into it, there has been rumors that the 49ers have an option to buy Rosani outright completely by 2024. But it might be a lot sooner because the 49ers want to pump in the money. and they really want to put the money and try to get, because I think they had a lot more to say on why they bought Justin Match. And even though we've researched for the last 2 years of how he's been playing, because he was going to be one of those managers to replace Bielsa long term. But I think the 49ers said, listen, our money's at stake. We put a lot of money in this club. And they want to buy up the club. So I think Ranazani, either Leeds do stay up. I think Ranazani does leave. I think Ranazani will sell up to the 49ers. They'll own 100% of the club. Or Ranazani keeps it for another year or so until we're back, if we get relegated and come back, we have to get back in the Premier League. It's one or the other at the moment.
Steven, are you not happy?
Oh God, he's not happy. I usually choose that for
a quick fucking war with these people. Yeah. You see that? That's when I'll back my manager. When we're back to that, right? 89.
Best year ever. It's the year I was born. It's the best year ever.
Might want to fucking watch
respect
it, mate.
Sait.
That is
by a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Right? Not bloody success of winning a fucking cup. Right? I want to win the league. Right? End of story. Right? I ain't backing this manager until we're competing for that. Until then, get lost. Right? Simple.
Steven.
Simple.
What would you do if Arteta won the league?
Then I'll come out and say I got it wrong.
Steady, what would you do? Would you still hate him?
No, I actually wouldn't.
Okay, and then that's fair, and that shows that you don't have an agenda. You just want what's best for Arsenal.
Yeah,
my agenda is with Arsenal.
There's plenty of other managers that we can do this under that can actually make us successful.
Yeah,
I think that's the difference between some.
We've got to show ambition, but there's owners but as you said, these owners don't show ambition, and if they don't show ambition, why the fuck are you believing them?
I'm going to tell you something, right? And I haven't told you this before. So a couple of years ago, when I used to work for finance service company.
You forgot 91. You forgot 91.
I'm going to tell you this. I was one of the reasons I processed when Quickie was buying at Arsenal 100%. For where I used to work, I was one who they would concretely use my company to process the shares.
Fucking hell, I've got an headache.
What?
I'm serious, and I was the one who had to process it because I was told, because I didn't know, we was working with us.
So you sold Arsenal to Kroenke?
It was more of
the problem.
You're the problem.
You're the one we've been looking for.
You're the guy. You're the guy.
Where do you live?
Listen, I'm not going to say which company, but I remember I was there to process it.
Wherever you live in the fucking UK, you better get yourself on a flight.
Yeah.
Listen, see, the thing is, because Kroenke has, before, when I was still there at the previous company before, I'm not going to name it, I was told Kroenke had his companies on us on the system, so we had no choice. He chose us because we had an established relationship with him. And I remember they told how much the share was. Like, okay, wow, okay, what? And I was like, Jesus, I'm processing this, and I'm gonna, oh God.
Great.
Oh my God. So my biggest nightmare in my life is it on stream with me.
That's it. I hope you get relegated, Fate. I hope you get relegated.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. Hey, fuck you now.
It was my job to do it. It was part of my job. I had to do it. Okay?
No, we don't care.
Don't care. You're relegated. We're fucking relegating you, mate. Fuck you.
Don't ever get called on this channel again.
Look, we're gonna have to come to an end. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. I need to stop because I'm knackered from yesterday. B,
I'm just back.
No, fuck off. B, I need to take some paracetamol because now I've got a fucking headache. Yeah. That's what happens when you talk to like Arteta people. You might as well just do that. It's like talking to a brick wall. But yeah, Carl, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Where can I find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter at CarlLevy92, and also myself and Douglas, we do a podcast when I'm at the hiatus at the moment because I've been so busy with stuff behind the scenes for myself. But you can find us at at the LH Football Pod. And we also got a YouTube channel as well, the Total Leave Your Home podcast channel as well. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Personally, if you ever want to find me, you can find me at KLHoods92 on Instagram as well if you want to follow me.
Wicked. Say, where can I find you, mate?
Unfortunately, you can find me here on this channel. I'm being forced to be here. Yeah, I'm not getting paid anymore. Steven is donating all my salary to Lee Gunner, and I'm coming for you, Lee. I need my money back.
Oh God. Carry on.
Yeah, but yeah, you can find me on SFeatleyTV, and probably tomorrow streaming the game. I guess watch along.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in for the game. It's gonna be a great game, and we're gonna smash Carl now.
Yeah. I believe there's a car already turning upside his house.
Yeah, they got mate.
A black SUV.
Yeah. Like a Leeds squad's coming out.
Watch out for the black hearse, boys.
Hey,
yeah. Static, where can I?
It's too far.
Static, where can I find you, mate?
You can find me here on your channel where you've have me in chains, Stephen. I'm trying to unbuckle myself. I'm kidding, man. I'm trying to shake myself.
Cameron.
It's all jokes. So yeah, you can find me here on obviously SFeatleyTV, and you can find me on all Arsenal related channels where I like to give my opinion, and I'll test her out.
Absolutely. Yeah, but make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hit
Thank you for having me on, by the way, Stephen. I forgot to say that.
Final comments. How did I forget that? Success, maybe. Yeah, you wish, mate. You wish.
That's
the
future.
Listen, I don't work for anyone, but before it was a couple of years ago, I did work for a company that we had, because his family, we had to.
Mate, you've dug yourself a fucking hole. Just don't even go.
I'm not going to say
don't even go there.
Yeah, I ain't say no more because
you've dug the hole. Yeah. Just don't even go there.
There's no comeback.
No comeback from that. Right, we're already filling the fucking hole back in, mate. Like, so yeah, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the join button as well. It's really, really important you do that. If you hit the join button, you can donate from as little as $1.99 a month.
Good show, boys.
Two Children's Liver Disease Foundations, and also be part of extra perks as well and extra content if you do join any of the memberships as well. But yeah, also check out the Just Giving page and donate there. So make sure to hit the like and subscribe to help grow the channel even further. But until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon.